Okay, so if you know me, you know that that was B, note B, the crown chakra. Okay, the crown chakra connects with energies from the universal source. This center enables us to interpret our Akashic records and our truth. A fully developed and balanced crown chakra can help us become higher functioning, compassionate, wise beings. And inside this chakra contains every other chakra. Also, it's got 1,000 petals in the lotus in the crown chakra. I don't know why that's important, but it is. It's important for all of those to be activated. So, okay, you guys, welcome back. This is Enlightened Journeys. My name is Astraea Love, and I am here to give you a reading today. So please make sure that you're familiar with my legal disclaimer. It's the top portion of this paper here. All right. Talks about my readings being for entertainment purposes only. I'm reading the collective energies, so you need to be able to use your best discernment. If you guys send me a $10 super chat with your question, I will pause the collective reading and answer your question with another deck or with the same deck or just with me just channeling. So, yeah, feel free to take what resonates with you, leave what does not for the person that it's meant for. If you have a pendulum, this is a pendulum. Okay, you can use this thing to ask yes and no questions. Well, yes, no, and maybe questions, right? And what I would suggest for you guys for your first pendulums is to get a clear quartz pendulum. Okay, this is clear quartz. This is actually a seer stone, but it is made out of clear quartz. So that's the type of crystal. Why do I say that? Because you can program this to give you accurate answers. You can program clear quartz crystals. So anyways, this is a howlite pendulum, but I would suggest that you guys get a, this, of course, this will boost the crown chakra because it does have white in it. But I would suggest getting, either like black tourmaline, because that'll block out EMF rays that could mess with your readings, or clear quartz. Or if they have ones with clear quartz, I know that they have ones with clear quartz and with black tourmaline on them. Or shungite would be another one. Okay, so make sure that you are in a stable space when listening to tarot. I don't know what your specific triggers are, so don't blame me if you get triggered. That's your fault. Basically, it just means, all it means is if you get triggered by something is that there's something to heal. Other than that, I would not think any more into it other than, oh, there's still a part of me that's unhealed. I just need to do more shadow work. So, okay. So make sure you're familiar with my legal disclaimer. If you feel like any of the information resonates with you that comes out of this reading, please take that information and follow up with a proper professional in the field of the advice of the information. If I give you advice saying that somebody has mental health disorder in their family, please go seek a doctor. Don't just take my word on it. Like, before you apply anything to your life and make any type of change, go speak with a professional. And never take my advice over what a professional would say. If I say, oh, it would help you to do a detox tea. Hi, welcome everybody coming into the chat. And your doctor says, oh, well, you're on this. I mean, I don't know why a doctor would say this, but oh, you're on this medication, and so that tea wouldn't work good with you. Then you would obviously take the advice of your doctor. Okay, so that's common sense. But by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes gatekeeping, shadow banning, plagiarism, copywriting. I need to add the plagiarism word in. Now that I know how to spell it. Okay. Copywriting my messages. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted. Do not steal messages from God and the Holy Spirit. I'm reminding everybody watching about my personal human rights. Attempting to persecute me in any form or fashion for what I channel from God and the Holy Spirit is a violation against this contract and the First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech. Any attempt to silence me will be followed up with by the Most High God. Treat others how you want to be treated. Do not shoot the messenger and do not harm the prophets of God. Okay, if you guys don't pray, that's totally fine. Yes, I love that word forbid. I forbid any demonic energies in my space. So I'll be honest, there's some spirits that don't bother me at all that people would call that Christians would call demons, but then there are other spirits that don't even have any names. Like I end up finding out way later that they're like some from a different part of the country. I don't like those ancient ones. They kind of are like Lovecraft. They're Lovecraft like how he describes things. Which that doesn't even bother me, but it's just these specific ones, they like to trigger people and then they feed off of your anger and stuff. They're called Oswangs or Aswang. Maybe that's how it's said. Anyways, we rebuke all of that shit. That one haunts me all the time. And so God, just send it to hell. Send it back. All right. It's always like, are you going to get angry? I'm like, no, I know it's a test. So yeah, somebody was tested and they epically failed. All right. So I ask that God give us the grace, the light of God, the glory of God, and the holy heavenly host armies. I ask that the Most High God please be with us now, and please connect with our energies. Please connect with our spaces, our homes. Please provide protection. I'm also asking for safety, and I invoke the angels of the Sword of Solomon and the Sword of Moses into the four directions for safety and protection. And I call all of the archangels to this space, to my place, and to your place. I also call the Galactic Federation of Light and the spiritual court systems, along with the reading of the Akashic records. Okay, so I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective. And I pray for all of my subscribers. And now, God, thank you for being with us. I ask, as I call upon your favor, to give us the full armor of God for protection during our life's mission and work here on the earth. I'm eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles in your holy name, Lord my God. I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. Okay, you're very welcome. Yeah, I have a whole page of prayers, and I'm just intuitively guided to which ones need to be said each day. So somebody tried to plagiarize the collective and they got caught. They've been doing this for a minute now. They finally got caught, and this is some type of writing. It's like either writing about healing, writing stories, writing horror fiction. It's like something. It could be even writing down your own healing journey. Whatever this is, somebody hacked somebody. This foolish person did this. Like straight up foolish. I'm not even kidding. So the thing is that whoever in the collective's writing is bigger. It's like they have a following of real people, and one of these real people came across this writing, and this is just how God works. Like people think they're going to get away with shit forever, and came across this writing, and then they tell whoever this person was working with to try to get your whatever writings this is published. Yes, absolutely. You do need to address the internet hacking or add another layer of protection on your firewall, because somebody is trying to get to your work. They're trying to get to your writings specifically, and they're hacking your email and trying to get into the drive. So I feel like they're coming in through the Wi-Fi is what I was being shown. And so I don't know anything really about hacking other than you don't want them to know your IP address. And then vice versa. If you found out this person's IP address, you could catch them. But what I'm getting is that this person they were impersonating your work, and somebody else was like, nah, you didn't write that. Like they just knew. And so they've turned this person into the police. So this person is going to be getting a rude awakening. Yeah, exactly. We're trying to make we're trying to make a new Earth, a new paradise. I feel like, this energy, this oppressive energy that's been with the earth for so long in this Kali Yuga, I feel like it's fading away now, and we're having the opportunity to step forward and create a new energy to take its place. And a lot of people are still stuck in fear, and these people that are like coming up against the collective are extremely foolish to do that. like to try to portray their writing like it was theirs. This person's also in the Five of Pentacles because whatever support they were getting from saying that this was your writings, like maybe they were going to get a TV deal or something like that, with hair up under judgment. Whatever support they were getting has been ripped away from them. And so they're pissed. And they're like, how can, the thing is that you have timestamps on stuff and you're the authentic person that wrote it. Like this could be something like a situation where, you know, a company wants to work with you and they ask you to write a short little thing. And then they figure out, obviously, this is your voice and what this other person tried to produce. So God says they've been plagiarizing and copywriting a lot of the divine messengers and tarot readers that they know are connected and then replaying that in like a telephone like type way, you know, the game Telephone on their platforms. But I don't feel like you guys are necessary. You guys are getting justice. I don't feel like you guys are necessarily tarot readers, but whatever this work is, they're trying to play it off. It's like their own. And this person's so unintelligent that nobody's believing it. What I just say, they're in trouble with the police. 8 of Swords, they're being restricted right now. They're majorly being restricted right now. Maybe, you know, they don't need to worry about their paying their rent. This person does not need to worry about paying rent. They're going to jail. Like as far, they're going to jail for this. This person took something that you had written in the past to a major publishing company and lied. That's like, you know, you get persecuted for that because literally you could assume if this person was able to actually publish what you had written already and had been published, literally, if they were allowed to do that, the people that hired this person that were going to mass produce it. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's an important revelation. That's an important revelation. When you wake up and you're just like, these belief systems are not serving me, you know, that's a beautiful thing. And I'm never going to tell people that religions are all bad because I do feel like each religion has maybe a sliver of truth in them. If you combined them all together, maybe it would make something more accurate. But everybody has their own spiritual connection with God. This person was wanting to steal something about it's something about your healing journey, and it's something about your authenticity and your voice, your written voice. So maybe you were one of the people that wrote parts of the Bible in the past. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's beautiful. I love seeing a happy community, you know? So this restriction this person's facing, they just have to be honest. This person tricked probably about 5 people. Outside of that, this publishing company is suing this person or has fired them or something like that and has reported them to the police for doing this. So I don't know if you're going to get information about this. Let's see. 6 of Cups. This is somebody that literally could have been talking about your past, your childhood. And again, I don't know if you have to give somebody consent to write about your life, to like, you know, people go on Reddit and write stuff all the time. But like, I don't know if as far as a biography, see, I guess you can do it to somebody when they're not alive. You can write about their life, right? And it's totally fine, no problems. But if that person's still alive and you write about that and you write about that person's life and then they see like their own story being written by somebody else and it being fraudulent or whatever, they could possibly sue somebody for that. There's something about that, trying to stealing your healing journey. This is also somebody that you could have known when you were younger, which is crazy. Yeah. Wow. And driving under severe influence. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad if you've got people that are drinking and driving everywhere. Never drink and drive. It's so much cheesier. It's so much cheaper and easier to just get an Uber and pay the Uber rather than going to jail and paying for a DUI and taking somebody's life and getting sued for that. You know what I'm saying? People just really need to get with the picture. But not everybody sees it that way. Some people think, oh, I can do whatever and nothing's going to happen. So I don't know. It still happens, but I pray that it happens less and less. So you may have nostalgic memories with this person. This person could have been your friend in the past. I don't know if you published an article. This is literally somebody stealing, or maybe, gosh, I keep hearing stuff that I feel like pertains to me and I don't like that. So I'm just going to ignore it. The Lovers coming out. This is somebody that you had love for in the past. Also, I'm getting big Gemini energy. I'm getting Gemini energy, Capricorn, Aquarius energy, and Sagittarius energy. With all off the Lovers card. So I don't know what situation's going on there. But this does talk about, this could be somebody trying to write about your romantic connection or write about how they were connected to you in the past, but it's basically taking something from you. And this person was making money off of it, so they need to just focus on how they were able to get away. Best options for May. Yeah, it may come out in this reading. So, you know, when I look at time frames, I look at, well, and so if you look at the month of May, you got 2 weeks and then it's a half moon, right? So what I'm being shown is that I'm being shown 2 half moons. So it may be that it may be at the end of May, whatever this shift is that you're wanting with your career and your love life, that it's like 2 half moons is what, so that's going to be 2 different months. So you got a half moon. Well, you have a half moon. No, there is 2 half moons in technically. Okay. There is something astrological going on with that. And it does have to do with Aries, but it has to do with some type of star that's in your birth chart. It's not I just asked, is it the Northern Star? It's not that star. I think it's like a red star, what I'm being shown. So what this energy is doing, it's like you're building momentum and then this energy comes in and it breaks that momentum. What that energy is trying to do is because Aries, they're very aggressive people usually that move really fast, and aggressive doesn't have to be negative. Aggressive just means you're motivated. You go after what you want. You work really, really hard and you move very quickly, right? You make very quick decisions. And so this energy that is coming in, it's coming in specifically at these half moon points. And so it's going to try to break your momentum. So just whatever this work is that you're doing, stay consistent. If whatever this change is that you're wanting to make, stay consistent, because when that energy comes in at the half moon to try to break your stride, basically, you'll be prepared for it and know that there's a little hurdle that you just need to jump over energetically, because again, we have a universe within us and a universe on the outside of us. So knowing that, and is this every May? This is like every May. So this is absolutely something in your birth chart. But I don't know if you're looking for a new job, but yeah, career and relationship. And then health. Make sure you're taking care of your health. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's basically your job to stay in a high vibration. That's what spirit wants you to do, because, you know, these energies that come from the stars, we can't really do a whole lot about that. All we can do with that is alchemy. So if you know about alchemy, you can alchemize that energy so that when you know that hurdle is going to come, and it always feels like it's some type of red tape, like it's just something you have to jump over. You know, it could be something legally. It could be something, well, I'm not really so much getting that. It could be rules and regulations, I should say. But yeah, people, what I'm getting is that you have people around you that are living around you, not in where you live, but around you, like neighbors. They purposely try to get you triggered. I don't know why they do this, but maybe they're vampires of some type, but they purposely try to trigger you. And they watch you a lot because you're like the brightest thing on the block. Like, I literally mean that. Like, literally. Yeah. You got some envious neighbors, man. But other than that, I don't feel like this hurdle that comes twice. I feel like it's a spiritual hurdle, something that you're going through mentally that's keeping you from getting to the finishing line or from getting the actual prize. It's literally a way of thinking that just needs to be released. And it could be that what you're thinking is that other people can have an effect on your reality. And if you get rid of that belief, and realize that you're creating your reality with your thoughts and your beliefs, and then everything else is like we create our own reality, but then collectively we all create a reality. So if you can get control of your own reality, you can clear the collective reality, basically. No, I only do on YouTube, sorry. But yeah. Well, I'm glad that I'm being able to be a friend to you, because that's literally, I want people to get into alignment and to get their purpose, to get, basically, that's my job, is to help people remember who they are, which is God, and then remember that they have a true purpose. And it's usually whatever you love to do the most. That's however you share your gifts with the world. So there is love coming in. An important decision will have to be made, because I feel like some of you that will watch this video will be celibate. Okay, so when this lover situation comes in, you may have to decide that you're going to break your celibacy. I feel like somebody's watching your love life straight up. They're waiting for this person. Okay, if you're a feminine, there's somebody waiting for this man to come in. If you're a masculine, vice versa. There's a feminine waiting for this other person to come in. They know that they're going to come in. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, yo. The Six of Swords. Okay, we know that that's somebody losing a lawsuit. Problems, unfavorable judgment in a lawsuit, unwanted marriage proposals. Literally, the people that were associated with this are really in trouble. They're also extremely drained with the aftermath to their problems. They're definitely in the Nine of Swords right now. Just totally upset, tripping out, crying, because they're not going to be able to pay. This is like another thing that I keep hearing. They're not going to be able to pay their bills this month. They're not going to be able to pay their rent because they weren't able to plagiarize your work or copy off you or whatever. And they got caught doing so, and they got reported to the police. So this person doesn't need to worry about paying rent. They're going to jail. That's what they need to worry about. This person's priorities are completely out of whack, literally. I mean, they need to literally, if this person's got children, they need to go find, because they're going for a couple months or a couple weeks, is what I just heard. They need to find somebody that can take care of their children. And no wonder I saw these two children right here, Six of Cups, playing. This person has freaking children and they're doing this crap. That bad idea. Bad idea. And this person did not just steal from you. They have stolen from so many other people that's why they got reported. This Knight of Wands in the reverse, this is the person that this female, it's a female energy that's doing this. And she did it with this masculine energy. So I feel like the masculine's the hacker, and I feel like the female is the one that wants the writing. So this could be an ex of somebody's. Maybe they saw you write this and then they just decided they were going to steal it. Or maybe they had an idea about it. Yeah, this Knight of Wands in the reverse is somebody that's got emotional problems. They can't commit, no discipline. They anger easily. This person is very immature. They're childish. They're foolish. And they're extremely cruel and abusive. Promises a relationship, but he will leave after he gets what he wants. This man is definitely planning on leaving this woman who's in the Eight of Swords. He's like, no, I'm not waiting for you to get out of jail. This person's like, we tried it and we didn't get away with it. This person wants nothing to do with this feminine energy now because she's caught up. People show their true colors. Yeah, they tried to make some crossroad offering and it was rejected. It was literally rejected. That is hilarious. I mean, who does that shit? But still, like, you're never going to see me go into the fucking graveyard, go into the goddamn crossroads. Please. That's so lame. I think people that do this dumb shit are so lame. But anyways, just very foolish because this person was stealing different people's work and they were trying to create something with a piece of other people. And that's insane. It's like not only theft, but it's like Frankenstein, putting pieces that don't match together and trying to create something of it. Yeah, she definitely worked with the high priestess in the reverse for a long time. I feel like this high priestess in the reverse ended up teaching this feminine energy. See, she's tried to cloak herself. She tried to cover this up and it did not work. She tried to offer something at the crossroads. And the thing is that she didn't just steal the intellectual property of you, whoever's in the collective, she stole it of God. That information came from God. It was sacred information. So it definitely should not be telephoned or Frankenstein together with somebody else's work. This is what I'm saying. Like the people pinned down these two sentences came from that person. These two sentences came from that person. And they figured out that these are already, written things. So the only thing that this person sees is that you have love in your life and that you have somebody that's coming in to love you. They see you with the 3 of Cups enjoying your harvest. This is you getting to drink and party and be merry. But I don't necessarily feel like you do drink a whole lot or anything like that. But, you may be sipping on, some delicious juice or something. You don't have to be drinking alcohol. But this does talk about strong friendships coming in. So whoever this lover is that comes into your life, they're going to bring people that are going to be compatible for you as friends. And maybe even you're going to have some friends and they're going to date, something like that. So this is a good union here, what I'm saying. And then an abundant harvest. And the 3 of Cups is 3 people that will be very supportive of this relationship. And so this female energy that's tried to cloak herself, and that's why she hasn't come out yet, she is not a high priestess. She went to a high priestess to get this done so that nobody would find out that she was stealing. But they found out. Because when they tried to put her on the spot to create something similar, just a few words on something else, this person could not do it. They didn't show, they were like, no, I can't do it. Like literally to these people's faces. Ace of Swords. You are protected. Confirmation. Your work, your crown, your writing, everything is protected. Even if you don't have it copyrighted at this time, if you published it, if you wrote it, it is protected. Because like I said, it came channeled through you, but it came from God, whatever this is about. I don't know if you've written something about the Holy Grail or something like that, but there's something. I just keep seeing these cups and I just keep envisioning the Holy Grail for some reason. Or maybe you've written something about energy, vortexes. It's something spiritual. This person was using a Page of Swords in the reverse to spy on you, to get information, and basically was working with this Knight of Wands in the reverse to hack you. This female energy is going to snitch this, is going to tell on this. She's going to tell on everybody that was involved because she doesn't want to go down by herself. And so I don't know if they're going to contact you about this in the collective. I wouldn't worry about it because it looks like God's taking care of it for you. You really don't have to do anything. Confirmation. You have to do anything other than just continue to be yourself. And then if it ever came to a court case where they ever informed you, you would go in and write another thing just like what you had written before, and it would prove. Plus, you would have it time stamped or something. This is what I'm saying. It just doesn't make sense for people to steal other people's work. Ace of Wands, yo. This is beautiful, you guys. Anything is possible. Great time to begin a new project. Your intellectual property is safe. Your projects are safe. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. The Ace of Swords to the Ace of Wands. Wow. This is the universe giving you a helping hand, which is, enthusiasm, it's passion, it's inspiration, it's all of those things. And then one warm, I was just talking about the Holy Grail and I cut it on the Ace of Cups. Y'all, there is something about the Holy Grail. You're going to end up writing something about the Holy Grail and Jesus and how to do psychic protection, something like that. And so this person has even tried to use this high priestess to look into your dream state to access, you know, this well of dreams of where you get your information from. And you maybe don't even get as much information from dreams as you do when you're awake, which is really, really beautiful. It's beautiful that you get it through your dreams and when you're awake, but these people can't. If they try to get into your dream state, they're going to be ripped out of their bodies and sent to purgatory. And then one of your ancestors most likely is going to jump in that body and drive that person to unalive themselves. So this is like why you don't fuck around and find out. Just don't play God. This is why, you know, I don't believe the whole story of Lucifer, but I do believe that people that come up against the Most High God they're dumb. They're just really foolish. Like the maker of all things, the one that created us. How could anybody think that they're more powerful than that? That's crazy. And if the Most High God says that you're supposed to have an Ace of Swords, an Ace of Wands, an Ace of Cups, and Ace of Pentacles, and that's what it is. And the Ace of Pentacles hasn't popped out yet, but it will probably. Because literally, you work well with other people, even though you can't stand other people. Five of Wands. These people are all arguing with one another, and they're trying to pass the blame around. They're also having to resort to underhanded methods to get their project pushed through. Obviously, competition, greed, and lust for power. These people are not powerful. It's always a weak mofo that wants power that comes from God that they're never going to get, because if God gave them the power, you know what they would do with it. They would attack other people with their power and abuse their power. This is why God doesn't have anything good for these people. It's literally not any more complicated than that. When I realized that the best way to ensure my safety and my life is to become extremely important to the Most High God. Because if there was ever going to be a planetary cataclysm, God would come and save me. And so that's what I did. I literally did that shit. And that's why I can sit here and do what I'm doing now. And I'm getting thicker skin as, you know, time goes on. Because I used to kind of be a baby and so sensitive that everything would hurt my feelings. I was always like that in school. And so I just have to learn how to be different, because people on the internet be trolling, man. But I tell you what, I did this meditation last night, and it was to clear social media attacks and stuff like that. And it freaking worked. Like I had a migraine all day. And then finally I come across this meditation at nighttime. I do it and the headache finally stopped. I was like, oh my God. So we don't really know what the internet and 5G and all that crap is doing to our system. That's why I have a lot of orgonite. This is orgonite right here. It's a blend of different crystals and substances like copper, gold, well, pyrite at least, and other substances that when you put them together, it creates an orgone field, and that orgone field clears all harmful radiation, all harmful EMF rays, and anything coming from the Wi-Fi and the internet. You're going to get a message about this, not about the orgonite, but about basically you having a soul tribe family that loves you. And that's why this person was reported. You're also going to be getting a message of love from somebody. I'm getting big Cupid energy here. So Cupid could be blessing you at this time. I'm also hearing Archangel Haniel or Haniel and Archangel Chamuel. So you've got, and Archangel Raphael. Okay, so you've got a few angels around you at this time. Yeah, this person is in the from the Five of Wands to the Ten of Swords. Like I said, how these people betrayed you, they're going to betray each other the same. This is, you know, like I said, your ancestors are going to get in the bodies of these people, because these people tried to astral travel to you, tried to enter your dream state, and tried to disconnect you from the Most High God, and tried to steal the dreams and intellectual property of God that God was giving you at the time. And you mollywopped them, and your spiritual team folded their ass up, sent them sent them to purgatory, and now it's like a war over their bodies. These people can't get back in their bodies. They shouldn't have done this. This was stupid. And the devil's not even involved with this. This is just people being greedy. Like I said, the 5 of Wands, greed and lust for power. They lust for extremely foolish. This is why that's happening. Their greed and lust for power drove them to do some very foolish actions against you and against other people. And now they're having to pay for that. Hi, welcome everybody coming into the chat. So yeah, I also get that you guys may end up getting an opportunity or a job this next, it's going to be, I'm hearing June, but it could just be the very end of May. But yeah, very end of May, June, you guys may end up getting a message either from this loved one or from a company. You may end up meeting, or from the court systems. And again, if you do, I feel like God's got you. You don't have to be worried about any of that. It already said that if these people go to court, that they're definitely going to lose that shit. They go to court. So they're in the 5 of, what I was saying, they're in the 5 of Pentacles. And so they're worried about paying their rent right now because this person's they've gotten fired. And so they need to worry about going to jail. This is why I said they don't need to worry about paying their rent because they're going to jail. They should not have stolen from the collective. And it wasn't just one person that they stole writings from. It was many. This Knight of Cups in the reverse. This person's extremely jealous of you. You need to beware of this person. If you're a feminine energy, this person is upset with you because you won't have sex with them. I know it's kind of crazy, but that's the way this person feels. They feel like they're extremely attractive, but you already know this person's prone to jealousy and envy. They're unfaithful in love and not capable of a commitment to one person. So again, this person wants to end this person will make you develop a long distrust of men. I feel like this energy may be trying to help these people out of the 5 of Pentacles, and it's pulled this energy into the 5 of Pentacles, because you have to be careful who you associate with. If you associate with somebody that's got horrible karma, then you get around their energy and they start going through karma. And if you're, whether you're empathic or not, you'll start feeling the effects of that karma. So this could be a call to wake up, to realize, okay, I need to do a cord cutting, or I need to do like a social media cleanse, or I need to just separate myself from whatever this energy is that keeps thinking that my kindness is weakness. Because that's truly what it is, you guys. You guys are beautiful people, wonderful people, and you may get upset sometimes, but every human has emotions. Don't let anybody make you feel bad about having, like, these people are people that intentionally try to trigger you. So they want to see you upset. Emperor. And again, you don't have to be old. I wish that they would change the card on this one. But yeah, this is talking about having a loving relationship between the father and child. I was just feeling some twitching in my back, like somebody's trying to stab you in the back. This person could have tried to make a voodoo doll of you. Okay. Olodumare and Bonque, we ask that you intercede on all voodoo dolls made on anybody in the collective at this time. And on this Emperor energy, you got somebody on your side. These people are blocked. The 2 of Swords. Look at this woman. She is sitting there with a blindfold on, and she's got 2 swords going like this. You can't even defend yourself that way. This person does not know where to turn, and they're too ignorant to take the blindfold off. I also get a big blind justice that's going to happen. Like, you may not see this. What blind justice is when, okay, I always use this example. Let's say somebody is going to get in their car and drive to your house, and they plan on attacking you. They get in their car, they start driving, and lightning strikes their car and splits their car and strikes them, and they get put in a coma. That right there would be blind justice, right? Because it's like justice that you don't know about, but that it still happened though, and that you're completely protected. So that's a type of justice that is coming for this person. Yeah, you're on the Wheel of Fortune. Whatever you're about to write, I swear this person's looking into your Akashic records and they see that you have a body of work that is going to make millions of dollars. And you may end up writing it with another person with this love interest that comes in. But or this person could even work for a publishing company or something like that. But whatever this is, it's going to be a good match and you're going to make money. This is destiny and fate. It's shit that no mortal can change their destiny or their fate without the intervening of at least like the angels and the Most High. And the Most High, when the Most High's written things in the book of life that you're supposed to have a love commitment, that you're supposed to be in the wheel of fortune, that you're supposed to have an ace of cups, that you're supposed to have protection, that you're supposed to have support and vigor, right? That you're supposed to have this overflowing cup of love coming from the spiritual realm, and that you're supposed to be receiving good news. That's what's going to happen. It's never, these people can try to change your timeline, but again, they're very weak. They don't have the power. They don't have the power to do what they're trying to do. And I don't think that anybody, I don't even think a practitioner, I think that this high priestess in the reverse has done as much as she can. I don't feel like she can do any more. And this woman's gifts have been stripped from her. So she's really gunning for these people. This is just a lesson of why you don't do witchcraft on other people and why you don't plagiarize and steal their work, because you never know whose spirit team, like you never know whose people's ancestors are, because they may just decide to come through for this person, especially when these people go into the spirit and try to petition, that's for them to have your position, that all of the gifts should be stripped from you and given to them. The ancestors look at these people like, the fuck? I'm the ancestor that gave that chosen one that gift. Who the fuck are you? Literally. Then the ancestor's like, I'm not taking this fried chicken and this fucking liquor and this bullshit you're trying to offer me. You think that I'm going to take physical items to go against my own blood ancestral relative? That don't make no sense. Like, that's literally what the ancestors are like. If they could spit on these people, they would. The hangman, because these people keep trying to sacrifice you. And yes, it is a form of destiny swaps, plagiarizing somebody's work. It is a form of sacrificing them. If you try to unalive them with witchcraft or do any malicious shit against them, because they've written a body of work that this person wants to steal. And this is all because somebody's nosy ass went into the Akashic records and saw some shit that made them upset. And most likely they were being tricked anyways, right? So if there is a book that you're thinking about starting, start it, but put up another layer of protection over your Wi-Fi and your firewall, because those are the two things. That's how this hacker got in, was through the Wi-Fi. And I would be suspicious of people if they're just sitting outside your house within your Wi-Fi reach of your house. You should go outside your house and see with your phone how far you can go, like basically how far you can go outside of your house distance wise and still be connected to the Wi-Fi, right? Because knowing that, then you can kind of gauge when you see people sitting out there. If you see somebody suspicious sitting out there like for hours and they're in your Wi-Fi zone, and then I would be like putting up extra protection. I would be going outside and staring at this person, being like, why are you here? I don't know. I'm not really confrontational like that. And I don't just sit and look out my window to see who's in front of my house. I don't really care. We are protected here. So I don't really care. But if there was somebody out there and I felt something suspicious, I would do something about it. I wouldn't just let them sit there and try to connect to my Wi-Fi. So yeah, these people make themselves really obvious. 7 of Swords. They don't see this. They were going to sacrifice you, but they can't do that. And not physically, because they would never get close enough to touch you. But spiritually, they wanted to sacrifice you. And basically, they were planning on slandering you in the spiritual realm so that people would not believe the Akashic records were yours. And they are yours. But again, this person was lied to by whatever entity they thought was giving them information from the Akashic records. So where they asked about everything in your destiny, they only got one little sliver And it's like a half truth. This person thinks you're going to become famous off writing something, and it may actually be that. But wow. That is awesome. I'm so happy for you. That'll be so fun. That'll be so fun. Yeah, I love it when you guys can connect with community. It's beautiful. So yeah, this person knows now. They know now that you're the emperor, that you've got the emperor on your side. This 8 of Pentacles, this work that they were stealing on, they can't reproduce it. It's going to have you in the Wheel of Fortune, literally. These people are carrying a 10 of Wands because of this spiritual weight and the spiritual karma that they're having to go through from trying to do this to you. And literally, these people are sorry as fuck. This 5 of Cups, I mean, they're never going to apologize. They have to walk away dissatisfied, discontent that they weren't able to. I mean, they got away with this for a while. I don't know why people don't take the stuff that they've gotten away with and then just be like, oh, thank God I got away with that. I'm not going to do anymore. Then they just keep going. And it's because they keep going that they end up, getting caught up by the Most High God. And again, getting put in a spiritual purgatory is not something anybody wants to experience, because that could be being put in jail. It could be like literally, being put in a coma, being paralyzed, all sorts of different things that God could do when God's had enough. So, you don't have to be afraid of that, but these people do. You guys have really good news coming in. I'm also getting that you're going to be making friends that are compatible for you. Like this 3 of Cups abundance. This is 3 friends, and they're not all, I know this is women, but they're not all going to be women. You guys may end up getting invited to a wedding in May, or somebody may be like renewing their vows as well. Yes, these people are in the 7 of Cups. They are delusional about it, and it talks about that any risky business is going to fail by these people. This is a reading for the collective, so it's pretty much everybody's energy right now. You just got somebody that's trying to copy you, and they're trying to copy a lot of other people because they're some type of skinwalker shapeshifter person. And so are having an identity crisis, possibly a sexual crisis as well. I'm reading a female energy, but so if you send a $10 super chat, I will answer your questions, okay? But you can ask a question. It may come out in the reading. But yeah, this body of work that you're working on is what's going to bring you into success. You have the devil, the illusions with the devil. These people were disillusioned with the devil because the devil promised them something that they cannot have. And that's literally it. Because anybody that goes to the devil will ask the devil, oh, can I have so-and-so's destiny? And the devil will say, of course you can. Let me just do a thing. And no, what the fuck? The devil is a liar. Why does anybody believe this idiot? Literally, no, it's not possible. And somebody else's destiny could very well cause a death to somebody, because for them to steal your destiny, they would have to go through every single thing that you had ever been through. And that means that they would have to lose family members, all the things that you guys have been through. And they're not strong enough to make it through what you've been through. And so what happens is when these people go and ask for your destiny, the devil starts initiating all of these tragedies to happen in their life. And then this person comes back and says, well, I thought I had that person's destiny. And the devil goes, you do have this person's destiny. And then this person's like, oh shit, no, I want my old life back. I want my old life back. And the devil's like, sorry, bro, but you already made a decision. You made a sacrifice. You sacrificed your soul so you could have this person's destiny. And now you're crying about it because you can't perform in their destiny. You don't have the adequate skill set. You cannot compete where you don't compare. You don't have the adequate skill set, knowledge, or connection to spirit to operate in their purpose. Like, this devil's like, that's not on me, that's on you. So this is why you just don't go to the devil. Okay. So I'm being guided to get the sacred soul timing. Oh yeah, make sure that you guys subscribe. Okay. So I'm just going to see what's coming in the month of May. generally for you guys, because that seems to be what everybody is concerned about. This is what I was saying when I was talking about with the Aries energy, there was going to be a star coming in that slows your progress. It's just a hurdle. So what I was being shown is that be patient, enjoy the journey as long as you go along, rest, persist, and take a time out. So you may want to literally rest, okay? Because what I'm seeing is that there may be a couple of hurdles, but these hurdles are not going to be impossible things. They're just going to be things that you should normally anticipate that could happen, right? Let's say that, okay, let's say that you, part of your business is that you have to order things online. Well, with all of the changes going on with the tariffs and stuff, that could be a potential difficulty for you. This is just an example, right? And so that would be a normal obstacle to visualize how to overcome, okay? See, I'm seeing change course, so you guys could have been being led in the wrong direction. Okay, the only direction to go is within. When you go within, you access everything that you need, your knowledge, your wisdom, your grace. You access God from going within. So this progress up until now has been a slow progress. I do feel like it has to do with some type of body of work. Maybe you're becoming an entrepreneur. Maybe you're becoming financially independent. Maybe you've been working a long time to get out of debt. All of those things, right? Well, you're coming into a season where Spirit is telling you to relax and enjoy how things are now, because in the future, things will be very much sped up for you, and it'll just be like evolving. Exactly. Like you in the future, you will have evolved to a state where you are consistently busy with whatever project, whatever work this is. So it says what you want changes as you get more experience. Growth cycles level up. It also is saying to me that you may just enjoy this slow progress because you may be needing to develop your skills a little bit more before bringing them to the marketplace. And leveling up is of importance right now. Virgo time. So set realistic goals to reach practical, organized details. I like Virgos. I feel like they are extremely powerful people. Very powerful people. So you could be a Virgo, you could have Virgo highly aspect in your chart. Okay. It would be interesting to find out where your Virgo rising and ascending, or ascending and descending sign is in your birth chart. And if you don't know what a birth chart is a map that charts your entire life. And it's a map that you go and you plug in your date of birth, your name, and the place you were born and the time you were born. And it creates a chart of where all of the stars and the sun and everything and the moon and everything is positioned at the moment that you were born. Okay. And then you can read your future based off of the chart. I feel like Nostradamus did something similar to that. I keep getting that somebody's got a connection to Nostradamus, like was either studying under Nostradamus or was a student aide or some or scribe for Nostradamus, something like that. September. So we have Virgo time, first of all, and then September. There's definitely something happening in September. So is this coming September? Yes. Okay, you may get the offer of a lifetime in September, or you may meet a Virgo that has an offer of a lifetime. It may seem too good to be true, but it's not. This is something that you're waiting for. Divine timing. Divine timing. So I feel like you guys are getting anxious about it's like not being able to make men's eat. Come on today with the words. They're like dyslexia is dyslexicing today. Jeez. Okay. I feel like you guys may feel like you're having a hard time making different ends meet together, but everything's happening in divine timing. When I look at this timeline right here of these cards, I see that you guys are being affected by the spirit of delay. So something is, and sometimes it's God that delays you. And why God delays you is because God's protecting you from something that you don't see or don't know about. So that's why sometimes you get delayed, but sometimes you get delayed. I feel like somebody's tried to delay you because they don't want you to evolve. They've tried to delay your guys' evolution and maybe the evolution of the human race at whole. And there's going to be a major shift. I wonder what moon is in September, because you know that these whack mofos, what they're always doing shit with the moon cycle. So I bet that there's some this next September, there's probably going to be some type of moon that happens. Okay, let's see what else. Change course. I seen this card. Okay, so you may need to take a different path to get there. Like I said, if somebody's putting intentional hurdles in your way, it may be easier just to choose another path, which just means another avenue. It doesn't even mean that you have to change what you're doing. Just don't do it with that person that keeps putting obstacles in your path. Because somebody wants to slow you down. They don't want you to evolve. And also, they think that you're going to walk away from your purpose and you're stepping into your purpose. You guys are going from the south node, which is being asleep in the matrix, to the north node, being awake in the matrix, and knowing that you have a divine life mission that's going to make you millions of dollars, maybe even billions. So that's what you want to go to. These people that tried to read your Akashic records only got a tiny little portion of what was in there. And so that's why they're trying to take from you and copy you. Now we have April, literally, which is what we're talking about right now. This information that you're getting today on the last day of April, isn't it the last day? No, today's the first day of May. Okay, so there was an intuitive, you guys had a revelation in April that is going to be about where you change your course. So something that happened in April, maybe it was somebody that contacted you in April. It says, water your hopes and watch them start to bloom, planting, nurture, and blossom. Very soon. This is what I'm talking about. Very soon. So whatever your question is about, that things are happening fast. So be ready to move. Even though it was a slow progress, things are happening fast. Also, there was somebody trying to delay. It was a spirit of delay trying to monitor you and delay you from evolving, because they don't want you to step into your true potential and then fulfill your divine life purpose, because it's about changing the world. It's like everybody's contribution helps to change the world. Manifesting, sit still and move the universe around you. Visualize, attract, and mindset. So it's going to be really important to pay attention to your mindset this upcoming days, because I feel like, some of you guys will be dealing with, some of you were dealing with procrastination. Just, what I'm hearing is keep a clean house. Whatever you can do each day to clean your house and to spiritually clean it. If it's taking Florida water, cologne, mixing it with water and mopping the floors, wiping down the doorways, because whatever this devil energy is, it can't stand being around you when you're clean. Also, your guys' hygiene is improving at this time. See, this is all on schedule. Like how this says divine timing, this is all on schedule. It may seem like it's taking too long, but it's on schedule. Unwavering dedication and attention to detail is key. So don't share your ideas with others. I know that sounds harsh, but it's because of the ideas you shared with others that this person had the idea to hack you in the first place. Okay. So don't tell people what your plans are, what your ideas are. Also, if you're waiting on money to come in, there is something, it's going to be scheduled so that you get your inheritance. This could be spiritual or physical or both, in increments. Leo time. You could be a Leo, you could be dealing with a Leo, or you could have Leo highly aspect in your chart. I don't feel like this other person that came up against you was a Leo. I felt like they, we still haven't uncloaked their energy. God, please uncloak this feminine energy that's behind this. Oh, you are relating wow. Aquarius time. Interesting. You are waiting for June. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Three of Wands, this is definitely talking about your goals and your projects and your visions and your ideas. And so, and they're safe. Just don't tell them to people, because people want to take that away from you, to the point where they would go into the dream state and do something that would jeopardize their own safety and freedom. Here she is, Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is, you're going to know who this person is. Indicates a woman over 30, cool, frosty demeanor, classically attractive but aloof, plays games with men's feelings. This person will be unfaithful, naturally thin and attractive without effort, self-absorbed and selfish, not interested in career advancement, works because she has to, controlling, manipulative, and vindictive. So that's the person that was behind this. Yeah, this person doesn't want to work. They just want to take your work and then get paid for it. And the universe is like, no, absolutely not. That's not going to happen. Gemini time. I picked up on a Gemini at the beginning of this reading. This person could be a Gemini, or they could be an Aquarius or a Capricorn or a Sagittarius. Aquarius. Or they could be a Scorpio. Anything else from the sacred soul timing? Your choice. You're running the show. So yeah, you are the one that's been given a spiritual position. This is what God wants you to remember. You are the one that was hired to do this. And so, you know, whatever this is about, you have power, authority, and status that this other person does not have any spiritual authority. They don't have any spiritual power. They don't have any spiritual gifts. That's why when they were asked to recreate something similar to what you had already created, they failed at it. Okay. And so they got caught up, basically. And all these people that were involved, they're going to be telling on each other. This is not going to just be like, oh, I'll go down because it was my idea. No, this person, this Queen of Wands in the reverse, is going to take everybody to hell with her. No joke. And she's attached to the devil. She's literally attached to the devil. Yeah, your mindset has literally changed. Beautiful, beautiful. That's exactly what I want for you guys. That's exactly what I want for you guys. Yeah, my mindset has changed a bit too. I feel like this was a very sad, sorry ass attempt by this person. They're in the tower for this. And towers, we know, is when people abuse their power, they abuse their privilege or whatever, and harm people. Now, there are towers that can happen that are positive, where it gives you a wake-up call so you can realize that somebody wasn't for your highest or best good. Then there's towers that are devastating because it's the end of a situation. Yeah. It's going to be, you guys are going to have a beautiful month, literally. The Four of Swords, them being in the tower, this is literally going to put somebody in a casket. I mean, I don't mean to laugh about that, but it's not you that's putting this person in a casket. This person did this to themselves. It's the devil. Well, it's actually the devil that did this to them, but they did do it to themselves because they asked the devil for help, and that was stupid. Yeah, past negative energies are ending. That's what the tower is all about, saying that the people that, you know, these people need to sacrifice a way of thinking. They can't think that they're going to just get through life living off of you and your energy. No, that intellectual property belongs to God. That's why the devil wasn't allowed to affect you in the collective in any type of way. There's going to be a King of Swords that comes forward and persecutes this person hardcore style. This person is on your side. They've been watching. Maybe they're a PI, private investigator, or maybe they are a Fed or something like that. But they're like, nope. This person's been assigned to make sure that you can get the work out that you need to, that's going to change the planet. And so just like the devil sends people, God sends people too. This is somebody being sent from God. This Nine of Wands in the reverse, this just reminds them that they lost. There is obstacles in their way, disappointment and setbacks. So again, they tried to delay you, and now they're going to be delayed. And not only delayed, it's going to be ended for sure. that says that they're exhausted from trying to achieve something. It will be impossible to achieve what you want. It is simply not meant to be, and no amount of effort or determination will change that. You have to settle with your second choice. So again, these people know that they have to settle for devil energy, and they're not going to be able to publish this work that is not theirs. Also, they're not going to be able to block and delay this Two of Cups, this love offer from the universe and from the Most High God, from the Holy Spirit, and from your angels, from your spirit guides that's coming in, from a lover. They're not going to be able to stop this shit. And they can slander it as much as they want. See, this person thinks that a wealthy person is going to come into your life. They don't realize that you are the Ace of Pentacles. You are the wealthy person. And so obviously the person that comes into your life would match that. Again, who would want to marry a broke person? No one. There's no woman alive that wants to marry a broke person. And if they do, that's dumb. You would want to marry somebody that can at least take care of themselves, right? And nobody should be getting married until they can at least take care of themselves. Because it just creates codependent relationships. You guys had every single ace come out today. That's awesome. That is awesome. And you have protection. Oh, I'm doing good, Cafayette. I hope that you're having a good day as well. So yeah, it's just silly. These people are so silly. They're so silly. And the fact that they really thought that they were going to get their wishes fulfilled is hilarious to me. How are you going to get your wishes fulfilled when you work with the devil? The devil is a liar. Everybody knows that. It's like, what type of wish? You just don't, you know how jinn can be really tricky. You just never want to fuck around and find out the hard way and have one of these devil jinns give you the worst lesson of your life because you wished for something. You know how they can just twist your wish around and stuff like that? That's what's happening to these people. The devil's like, well, you wanted their destiny. You wanted what's in their Akashic records. You wanted their fate. You wanted their wisdom. And, you know, I gave it to you. But their wisdom came through hard life lessons, losing loved ones, losing partners, losing people, losing themselves at time, demonic attacks, plus all of the cursing that you already did on this person. You cursed them numerous times. So you're just experiencing basically the curse. You cursed them and then asked for their destiny. What type of idiot does that? These are people that don't have a brain. Their brain is either gone or it doesn't work properly. Because why would you curse the destiny that you're about to steal? That doesn't even make no sense. Because then you would just have a cursed experience. So the devil's just like, well, I gave you what you want. I fulfilled your wishes and desires. If you're unhappy, then too bad. I get your soul. And these people are like, well, who can I sacrifice? And the devil's like, no one. You mean that chosen one over there? Devil's like, I can't touch that chosen one. Yeah, I don't think so. That's not going to happen. I can't touch that chosen one. This 10 of Cups is your energy. This is a peace and contentment, supportive family, having great friends that came out numerous times today, meeting really good people, a special love relationship. Just be aware of anybody that they may subscribe to a religion, but they may be cult-like. So there's going to be good in any type of religion. You're going to find good and bad people, I'm pretty sure. But I feel like you guys are pretty in tune with, you know, who is on your vibration and who is not. This also talks about joy and happiness, forgiveness and reconciliation. So yeah, you guys are reconciling with just the fact that you were being delayed by this person. They're going to experience this, and it could be a literal one, but it doesn't have to be. It could be an unaliving of their finances. It could be an unaliving of their family member, their animal, whatever it was that they wanted to have happen to you is going to happen to them. That is literally what the devil is saying. It's like, and God's like, these people are going to cry out and pray to God, and God's not going to listen because it was Most High's intellectual property that was given to somebody else that these people tried to steal. That's why they're getting messed up this way. You're getting justice, straight up getting justice. This hacker is going to go to jail, and they're going to find out underneath this hacker's IP address that they've been doing a lot of stuff on the dark web and a lot of other really bad stuff on the internet. So once they find that out, that person's going to be arrested. Like I said, all these people are going to end up in jail. It's only a matter of time. And if they don't end up going to jail, they're going to be in a casket, going to a funeral, having obstacles put in their way and having permanent endings in every aspect of their life because that's what they were trying to do to you. Yeah. Again, they may see you as a Queen of Cups energy, a very soft, loving, compassionate, and kind person. And again, they took your kindness for weakness, which was really dumb. When they see divine feminine energy, they just want to take advantage of it and do things to end it. And it's like, no. You got a King of Wands in the reverse, somebody who's controlling, overbearing, and quick to anger in interpersonal relationships and at work. This is somebody's boss. This is the person that they tried to deceive. And they went to this person's publishing company. Lifestyles and opinion, ignorant, closed to new ideas, prefers to maintain the status quo, prejudice and rigid. This person could also be a racist. This person creates conflict and unhappiness. No shit. They're racist, then they're obviously creating pain wherever they go. Page of Wands in the reverse. This is somebody that backed this person up. These people feel so dumb right now. They feel so dumb for backing this person up. Like, seriously, they feel so stupid for doing this. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, because you guys are the star. They thought that if they stole your records, if they stole your writing, if they stole your work, that was only one idea that you came up with that they stole. You have a bunch of other ideas that you can come up with on the spot, which makes you extremely valuable and it makes them unimportant, to be quite honest. That's why I said when I realized what life is and how to ensure my safety is to become as close to God as possible, connected with my highest self. All of that's how when you make yourself important to God, then God will make sure that you're always saved if anything were to happen. This black magic has been returned to sender. These people are amateurs. They're amateur black magic doers or whatever. Okay. Let's get a conclusion, Spirit. I think I need to turn the fan on. It's like hot. It starts to get really hot in the afternoon in this room because the sun just, boom, hits the side of the building. Yeah, you're going to have a collaboration of people who support you and who know you. This is a community of people that see your hard work. They notice it and they know that you contribute positive to the community and the society. And so they're not, you have people that actually support you and know your voice, your written voice. Wow, that's a lot better. The fan. The Hierophant. So like literally these people went to some type of Hierophant to try to, and this could even be, what does this have to do with the Pope opening the portals on Easter? I don't know. Why is that showing up here? Black magic and the Pope. There is something to do with this devil energy. I don't know. And it has to do with the Pope and black magic. And it has to do with you. So I don't know if you're Catholic or if you know somebody that is, or what the deal is with that. I feel like this Pope energy was doing black magic. Okay, well, we already figured that out. I watched a video yesterday and it showed the Pope, all of the different doors that he opened on Christmas, the portals, and it literally created the Lucifer sigil. I'm not joking. So for it to come out like this, yeah, that makes sense. But I feel like this Hierophant group, the Pope, whatever this church is, they're protecting some form of empress. This could be somebody that comes into your life. I don't know how they're protecting this person, but they're attempting. Maybe this has to do with Christ consciousness. It does. It has to do with the feminine aspect of Christ consciousness, which was most likely Mary Magdalene or Mary of Magdalena, who is not a whore. She was not a whore. Okay. I know that's what the church says, but they just can't reveal the truth because it would fuck up their agenda, basically, if they did that. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a lot of altar boy energy coming through. I don't know if maybe you've been to Catholic church before. I don't know. It's very much a reminiscence of a ritual. It's very much like a ritual. It is like a magical ritual. Seven of Pentacles. See, these people wanted to have a turning point in your finances, and it's a turning point in their finances. The tables are turning. The people that had the most money and were successful, like God said, in the end of days, the first will be last and the last will be first. Knight of Pentacles energy. So yeah, and it was some type of Masonic ritual that was going on, because why is this so many men coming forward? That's crazy. Let's get a conclusion. All right, I like this conclusion for you guys. Public recognition, fame, honor, and success. Plus, you've got the 10 of Cups. You had every ace that came out for you guys today. So I'm really pleased with this. I'm really feeling like the month of May. Okay, God, whatever these portals were that the Pope opened that are affecting people's lives, can we just have it affect the people? Can it just not, whatever you want to do with that, God? We're just going to put it out there, because I don't know what to do with that or how to fix it. And I don't want to go trying to close portals and get attacked by entities or anything like that. So I'm not going to mess with that. I'm just going to tell God that these portals were opened. One of the portals was to Lucifer's tomb. So they're not even trying to hide the shit anymore. They're just coming straight out with it. And then, of course, the Pope ends up passing away at Easter time after he opens Lucifer's tomb. Come on, yo. Like, warning sign, warning sign, warning sign. Anyway, it's crazy to me. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I appreciate you guys for being here with me. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you're notified of every time that I go live. You don't want to miss out on the important messages that Spirit has for you. Okay, you guys, know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Until the next reading, peace be with you. Have a wonderful day.